Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Yellow Room. I hope that everyone's been doing well. I do apologize for being away for quite a while, but it was for very good reasons. I hosted my very first event. It was absolutely amazing, to say the least. I couldn't have prayed for a better turnout, like amazing. There was so much honesty, there was so much transparency, there was so much Jesus in that room. It was overwhelming, honestly. And I just thank God for allowing me to be a vessel and to even put on an event and create and cultivate an environment for women to just open up and, not be ashamed of anything or, feel that they're going to be judged by, sharing experiences or different things that they're going through. Like, it was absolutely amazing. If you missed it, I feel sorry for you because I don't know, it was just absolutely amazing. But the great news is it was the first one. But it surely isn't the last. There will be more. We're taking it to many different cities, many states. More details to come on that, but it was just amazing. I'm gonna stop there. But I'm definitely excited about today's episode because I hear so many women and men say, hey, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know my purpose. I don't feel that I'm good enough to even be considered to have a God-given purpose. And, it's just all of these things that like uncertainties people have. And I think that, it's clear we all live in a broken world. Like there's broken people, there's hurt people, and hurt people hurt people. So a lot of times, a lot of these, feelings of inadequacies or uncertainties, they come from things that have been spoken in us. It could be from the day you were born, spoken over you. Like, people fear what they don't know. Maybe you haven't had someone to, set an example to pursue a purpose-filled life. And so naturally you fear that. Like it just doesn't seem attainable. But today I just want to have a conversation with you on how you can find your purpose, because we all have one, believe it or not, no matter what you've been told up until this day, and how we can find our purpose through intentional living. Like it takes intentionality. I don't care how much you pray about it or how much you ask God to reveal it to you. If you aren't intentional with pursuing your purpose, it's not going to just fall on your lap. Like God, yes, He provides miracles. He's the way maker. He's the God of great miracles. However, we have to provide some muscle on our end. Things just won't happen overnight without our own work. So I know that this whole idea of, having a God-given purpose and a calling, I know it can sound like very intimidating. And if I could be honest, for many years, I've known that I'm capable of doing, great things, amazing things, impacting the lives of others. But it just felt intimidating to me to even think like, okay, I'm great at all of these things. I'm passionate about things. I'm making a difference here and there. But am I really operating in that one thing that God's placed inside of me to do? And it's just overwhelming. Like, wow, it's just this one thing, like this one thing. How do I know that I'm operating in my purpose or I'm walking in my purpose? So today I'm going to be talking with you about 3 specific things that you can make inventory of and evaluate in your life today moving forward to either discover your purpose if you have no clue of what it is, or if you kind of sort of feel that you're walking in your purpose but you don't quite know. These 3 clues will give you that answer. But remember, it takes intentionality and it will take work on your end. So the first clue that you're walking in your purpose, your God-given purpose, is that you are walking in your strengths. Like all of us, believe it or not, no matter what you've been told up until this point, we have unique gifts and talents on the inside of us. And don't hit me with that, oh, Nika, like I'm not good at anything, like just little old me, that self-pity party. No, like we all have strengths and gifts on the inside of us. In the same way that, parents, I'm not a parent yet, But you give your child, or if you're not a parent, you give your loved ones gifts. I know me, I like to give gifts from the heart. So I sit back and think about what this person would truly enjoy. Like I'm not a person to give out gift cards or anything, because I just feel like it's not really heartfelt. I like giving out heartfelt gifts. And so when I give someone something, I've thought about it. I've thought through it thoroughly. Like, I really try to figure out how this person can use it. Is it valuable to them? And in that same way, God's given us gifts so that we can use. They're not an accident. They're not an afterthought. They were given to you on purpose, for a purpose. God created all of us 100% unique. I mean this, like, you're 100% unique. I don't care if you feel that whatever industry you're in, you're working in, whatever school you're in, whatever business you're in, if you feel that, something's just oversaturated. No, like, you may be in an oversaturated industry or wherever you are in life, but no one can do what you do quite like you do. There's no one in this entire universe that has your combination of voice, style, poise, creativity, perspective, talents, stories, experience, passions. I mean, I can go on and on and on. No one can do what you do or what you're capable of doing quite like you. No one has what you have like you have it. All of this means that you have a unique set of strengths, talents, and skill set. Again, they aren't an accident or an afterthought. God wants us to enjoy them, and He wants us to use them. And they are very, very, very important and crucial for your success in anything that you do in life. If you are, kind of stuck or feeling uneasy about, well, what are my strengths? Actually, this is an exercise, or I would say activity, that I had the attendees at the Unleash Women's Conference do. I don't know if you all have taken a spiritual gifts test yet. There are some very detailed ones online. If you Google spiritual gifts assessment, I would encourage you all to take this spiritual gifts test, and be honest with yourself about your answers, because it will really indicate what your spiritual gifts are. Honestly, I arrived at this whole podcast thing because of my spiritual gift assessment. I'm like, okay, I know what my gifts are. So now what am I going to do about it? I would encourage you all to take it as soon as possible, and really think through how you can live out your strengths. The second clue that you are living in your purpose, or on your way to finding your purpose, is that you are passionate about whatever it is that you're doing. Like, what lights you up? What energizes you? What's that thing that you do that just gives you a breath of fresh air? Just like your strengths and your gifts, you have unique interests and values and passions. You have things that excite you and things that don't excite you. You have things that you care about, and you have things that you absolutely don't care about. For instance, I am passionate about people. I get excited about talking clearly. I talk a lot sometimes. I get excited about, relationships, meeting new people, engaging with others. I love to eat. I get excited about food. I'm passionate about food. I like to cook. I love talking again, but I don't like hiking. I don't want to be outdoors camping. I don't want to be adventurous and, do things that would put me in the presence of bugs and insects. I don't like stuff like that. I don't like science. I don't like history. I have an interest for politics, but it doesn't, ignite a fire in me. I don't care that much. I hope that doesn't sound that bad. I love numbers. I love math. I love money. These are things that get me going. But what's fascinating to me? That there are people in this world who are passionate about the things that I don't give a care about. It's just crazy how God's made us all unique. Like, we are all passionate about very different things. And if we all play to our passions and we play our part, like, we would live in an energized, more alive world. And if we just understand that our passions and our gifts and our strengths and our talents, they're not accidents or afterthoughts. It would just be so amazing, and everyone would live a life that's much more fulfilled. I love how Psalm 37 says that if we delight ourselves in the Lord, He will give us the desires of our heart. But in addition to that, I believe that He's not only going to fulfill the desires of our heart, but He's going to show what those desires are in the first place. So, what gets you excited? Like, what is it that, just burns you up? Like, not burns you up in a bad way, but like just ignites your fire and just makes you feel like you're walking on cloud nine. Like, what are those things? I encourage you to think about it. Take inventory, write it down, and really reflect on how you are living out your day-to-day actions in your day-to-day life to play to your passions. If you feel that you're already doing that, that's a good clue that you're walking in your purpose, or you're on your way to discovering your purpose. The third clue that you are walking in your purpose is that you are making a difference. Understand this. This is a message for my introverts who really don't like community. And it's nothing wrong with being an introvert at all, but please understand that God did not create any of us to be a loner. Like, He didn't create any of us to be an island. He created us to live and work in community. While He's giving you strength and passions, He's giving you them to bless others. They're for your enjoyment, but they're for you to make an impact in other people's lives. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, whether you have a not-for-profit business or a for-profit business, what size of the business, like what stage you are in life, you are called to make a difference. So whatever it is that you're doing, evaluate it. Like, ask yourself, am I making a difference in this world, in the lives of others? And it doesn't matter how many people. All it takes is one. Like, Jesus left the 99 for that one. So it doesn't matter about the details. Like, don't get caught up in how, in the grand scheme of things, like how big of your following is, or how big of the thing it is that you're doing. All that really matters is that you're making a difference in anyone's life. When you use your strengths and your passions to make a difference in the lives of others, it's the most rewarding way for you to spend your day, yet alone spend the rest of your life. When you're making an impact, it's a great clue that you're living in your purpose, or you're on your way to fulfilling whatever it is that your purpose is. I challenge you all to look at all of these three things and evaluate them. Like, what are your strengths? What is it that you're skilled and very talented in doing? Number two, what are you passionate about? What ignites your fire? What energizes you? Number three, what is it that you're doing that's making a difference in the lives of others? Are you living in your strengths? Are you passionate? Are you making a difference in some way, in some capacity? If so, it's a good indication that you are living in your purpose. But if not, I'd encourage you to do an inventory check and evaluate some things in your life. Our purpose has been in us since the day that we've been born. And layer by layer, the fears fall off, the thoughts of inadequacies fall off, those self-limiting beliefs, they fall off, and we begin to start doing things, whether it's in a zigzag pattern, but day by day, year over year, we begin to start, when we live life intentionally, we begin to start stepping into our purpose and uncovering some of those desires of our hearts. And the more and more and more that we, pursue our purpose with intentionality, our purpose becomes more crystal clear. So if it's not that clear to you, and I know that that's where many people, that's their status with their purpose, it's not clear to them. They have some uncertainties. I'd encourage you to intentionally think about, what are you doing day to day that will play to your strengths, that plays to your passions, that would make a difference in the lives of others. And then be in communication with God. He's your father. He's your heavenly father. The same way that you may talk to your earthly father or whatever that father figure is in your life, he wants to hear from you as well. Like, you have to be in communication with him first and foremost. I remember, before I really got serious about, living my life with intentionality and pursuing my purpose, I would, year after year, I get to the end of the year, because we all set these grand goals at the beginning of the year. New year, new me. I'm doing this different. I'm switching this up. I'm doing that. But when I really got serious about it, it was at the point when I just got tired of, living year after year and getting to the end of the year like, wow, I didn't do much. I fell off here. I wasn't that serious. Like, I felt that I was making all of these guilt-felt goals and not smart, purpose-filled goals. And I would think to myself, I'm like, how did person A or person B do such an extraordinary thing or things this year? Or people, how do they do seemingly mundane things, but exceptionally well? But I had to realize that they live life on purpose. They have intentionality with every single thing they do. People who live with intention and on purpose, they have a big picture vision where they know where they want to be in 5 years, 10 years, 30 years. They know that when they get to, let's say, year 85, this is what I want to have accomplished. This is what I want my life to look like. But they also understand what that means for them today. You just don't arrive at greatness. Greatness just doesn't fall on your lap. It takes steps. It takes baby actions. For me, I want to be financially independent. I don't want to work for someone until I'm 40, 50 years old. So I know what that means for me today. I know that takes intentionality with my finances, my work ethic. If I can't go to work and have a great work ethic and do what I'm supposed to do at work, it's gonna be even more challenging and hard for me to be my own boss and run my own business. Like, we have to understand that the actions that you make today, they'll have consequences later on. And that's just like a constant reminder for me. Where do you want to be in the big picture? Where do you want to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 30 years from now? What's the lifestyle you want to live? What's the lifestyle that you want to be able to provide to your children and your grandchildren? Like, I'm thinking generational wealth all the way around. Like, that means that I have to be in pursuit of things and taking actions that will set me up for that generational wealth. It's not going to come 20 years later. It's not for me to wait until I'm 40, or it's not for me to wait until I have grandkids and then think about it. Like, no, it starts with my actions today. And that's just been a very life-altering perspective for me. It's not about, my career. It's not about any businesses I start or anything like that. It's looking at the big picture and understanding how my everyday actions now connects with my end goal later. My daily tasks, appointments, events, anything, like how they all fit in the big picture for me. And if you think about your strengths and passions and the difference you'd like to make in this perspective, how they all connect, and with what really matters most to you in 10 to 20, 30 years down the road, how they can help you become intentional about everything you do, I'd encourage you all to not make guilt-filled goals, but instead to make purpose-filled goals. Let me give you an example. Let's say if a guy is saying, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds because that's how much I weighed in college and I felt better about myself. That's a guilt-filled goal. A purpose-filled goal would be, I want to lose a little weight. I want to live a healthier lifestyle because I want to be around to walk my daughter down the aisle. That's a purpose-filled goal. And the reality is, we're all going to fail in some way consistently over the years. And so when you have a purpose-filled goal, it gives you more motivation. So on those days that you fail and you don't quite hit the mark, it's a different type of motivation behind your goal. Purpose-filled goals help us to truly understand that it's not about perfect progress, because it's imperfect at the end of the day. So I just want everyone to take some time to yourself in a quiet space and think about the 3 things that I've talked about today. Do a self-inventory and think about the ways that you can truly intentionally start living your life on purpose with a purpose. Thank you all so much for tuning in today, and I hope that you all have a great, phenomenal week. Let me not forget about all of the mothers that are tuning in today. Happy Mother's Day. Like, you all rock. You all are whole, like administrators, like you're running the household. For some of you, you're single parents, hats off to you. Like, you all do the thing every single day, every year, year after year. Like, please enjoy your day. And I hope that you're getting all the love and acknowledgement and recognition that you so deserve. But special shout out to all of the mothers in heaven. Like, special shout out to my mom. I hope that she's getting all the bouquets of roses that she deserves. And for anyone else who, if it's your first, I know that there's a lot of people who's experienced loss in the past year. This is your first year without your mom or your grandmom or whomever that mother figure was in your life. I just encourage you to go through today and think of all of the beautiful, happy memories that you have with them. And I'll just be praying for you throughout the day. But anyway, you all enjoy your week again, and I will see you all next week. Thank you for tuning in.